Dave Refson, Gerry DiNardo, Howard Griffith in Columbus. Had a chance to watch Urban Meyer and the Ohio State Buckeyes practice today. And we were talking about Ohio State and a great measuring stick game for them being the battle with Oklahoma on September 17th when they head to Norman to take on what is a consensus preseason top 5 team. Interested more broadly in the Big Ten, and you could certainly include that game. What are the non-conference games that interest you the most?
Well, there are a lot of them that are out there, but I think Wisconsin, LSU at Lambeau Field, has just a certain feel to it. And then, you couple the fact that Dave Aranda, who was at the Badgers last year, is now at LSU running that defense. It's going to be fun to really watch these two teams, and we really aren't sure what to expect from an offensive standpoint when you talk about the Badgers, but it is going to be fun to watch those two go head-to-head.
I'd throw a third game in, Michigan State at Notre Dame. Michigan State's a lot like Ohio State. They're replacing a lot of parts. They've had great seasons recently. This may or may not be one of Mark D'Antonio's best teams. We don't know yet. Anxious to get to campus, but that's been a great rivalry. It'll tell Michigan State where they are early in the season before conference play.
I think similar notion of figuring out where you stand, Penn State at Pitt. For me, I think that's a huge game in terms of seeing just how much Penn State has improved. And then the fact that it's an in-state rivalry game. They haven't played since 2000. Pat Narduzzi wants to go head-to-head with Penn State in recruiting. He's made no bones about it. He certainly knows the Big Ten. He knows the impact that beating Penn State would have. You've got Matt Canada as his offensive coordinator. And I think this is a big year for James Franklin. And we'll learn a lot about just how much his team has improved, how the Joe Moorhead offense is coming together. So that's one I'm really intrigued to see. Yeah,
it should be exciting. And as you mentioned, Ohio State, Oklahoma is going to be a big-time battle. And I think that's one where we get an idea of exactly where Ohio State's going to be down the road.
The other thing about the Pitt-Penn State game, Pat Narduzzi made a reputation stopping spread teams and learning how to defend them. And now James Franklin's putting in the spread offense, going against a Pitt defense. Interesting X and O matchup.
I think it's going to be fascinating on a lot of levels. That's one of them. I think the rivalry's huge, and then it's a prove-it game for James Franklin and Penn State. That's it for us. Again, look for observations like this throughout the tour right here.